there was the emergence of sports more towards the idea of getting kids athletically fit and ready for war. So in case they were to have to go to war, that they would be ready. And then a little later, after the World War I period, there was concerns over educators controlling athletics in schools, and that there was a lot of corruption in that. The emergence of non-school youth sport organizations. There was the YMCA in 1844 in England. This was started by George Williams. It was kind of to give that idea of muscular Christianity outside of schools, to give kids an opportunity to participate in athletics. Then the YWCA, which was for women, started in 1884 in Boston. And then American Legion Junior Baseball, all these were started with the same idea in 1925, and then Little League Baseball, 1939.
All right. So basically, there's different levels of organization for high school and youth sports. The biggest level that we have is at the national level, and it's the NFHS, which is the National Federation of State High School Associations. We have state associations for high school sports in every state in the United States. For example, here in Ohio, we have OSHA, which is the Ohio High School Athletic Association. And then in North Carolina, we have the North Carolina High School Athletic Association. And then also we have national organizations that are specific for different sports, whether it be Little League Baseball, the AAU, which is in charge of basketball tournaments all around the country, and then the American Junior Golf Association, or the AJGA, which sponsors and runs all kinds of golf tournaments, I think, in every state in the United States. There's all kinds of modern day issues when it comes to high school sports. There's eligibility and transfer issues. What we've seen recently is a lot of people try and beat the system where they graduate high school in one state and then they go halfway across the country to in some small town, and then they're a superstar on this new team. There was someone who did this, who graduated from Florida and then played basketball in Kansas, and was found out by the end of the season. But 24-year-old man playing on a high school basketball team, kind of ridiculous. There's all kinds of transfer issues too, where people transfer from public schools to private schools and kind of form super teams. That's kind of what Oak Hill Academy, for example, is all about. Their basketball program, greats like Nolan Smith, Carmelo Anthony, more that I can't name, but guys like that, that's what happens. There's all kinds of supervisory and coaching. Control is a big part of high school athletics. Coaches want to be, in your life year-round. They want to invade everything. They want to be a part of your day. And there's actually some legislation in West Virginia where it would allow coaches to coach you every day. So you would have to go to practice or workouts or whatever every single day of the year. And then also, coaches also want to control what sports you play. There was a study where baseball obviously is becoming less and less popular in this country, but that's because of administrators and coaches forcing kids almost to play what is best for the high school in terms of revenue and publicity, instead of what may be best for the kid. There's gender equity issues in this country in terms of high school sports. Even though the amount of women playing sports in high school has grown 10 times over the past 30 years, there's still significant differences in the amount of money that's available for women and men. And then, obviously, socioeconomic areas for women's sports, from a poor area to a more wealthy suburban area, there's a huge discrepancy, even more than what we see in the men's game. There's all kinds of medical issues, most specifically with performance-enhancing drugs, kids, and also with concussions. Kids are playing through a lot of injuries. There's not much medical testing for concussions at that level. And then also, we're seeing more and more with steroids. We're seeing more and more stories about kids in high school taking steroids. I know personally, I had friends on the football team that told me about a third of the guys took steroids in high school. And, that's just because of the amount of the amount of money that's riding on these scholarships to college. Guys really want to get out of the area that they are in, and they will do anything to reach their dream of being a college athlete or a pro athlete, whatever it may be. And we're seeing more and more testing, but as the years go on, hopefully they can fix that issue. And then finally, should the playing field be level? There's all kinds of talent discrepancies. Obviously, as I mentioned before, with the eligibility and transfer issues. Yeah, where do we go from here? So, finally, Matt, you have your career.
Yeah, some career implications for me. I want to get in the golf industry. So working with, more specifically, I should say, the junior golf industry. So working with high school youth through golf tournaments, as we mentioned, kind of the AJGA, they have golf tournaments nationwide. And then just some brief background on myself. I've interned with the Illinois Junior Golf Association last year, and then the Michigan PGA I will be doing this summer. So knowing state association rules and regulations is critical, especially as we mentioned, out-of-state coaching rules, so we don't get those juniors in trouble participating in too many tournaments or something like that.
And then for myself, I've been a United States soccer official for 8 years. It's been an excellent job, for a kid to make quick cash, but also it's just been a great way to make connections. I'm working on becoming a high school official in the state. It's a different testing process. And then also, I could be on the track where if I really wanted to be a soccer official, at the national level, I right now am able to referee everything up, up to U19 games. And then, there's a different testing process for college level and then professional level. I'm on the track to do so if I choose, but that may or may not be in my future. Probably not, but you never know. I've also been a recreational youth basketball and soccer coach. Mostly elementary and middle school age kids. But again, as we've seen, with different coaches and administrators, guys like Dick Vitale, Urban Meyer, Mike Sherman, the former Dolphins offensive coordinator and Texas A&M football coach. They've all started their first year out of college, or out of the pro ranks or whatnot. They were coaches at the high school level. That was their first job. So it really would be an excellent job for me, to go and be an administrator or a coach. Because coaching is something I'd love to do. Maybe work in the front office, but you have to start somewhere. In a high school level, you have control, you have dominion over the program. And it's just testing out management skills for, hopefully eventually managing a bigger program.